What if the very things you are taking to ensure a long and healthy life are silently working against you? What if that colorful pill you swallow every morning, believing it to be a shield, is actually weakening your defenses? It is a deeply unsettling thought, isn't it? We walk down the vitamin aisle, a kaleidoscope of bottles all promising vitality, mental clarity, and a vibrant future. We are told that as we age, we need more support, more nutrients, so we buy a bottle, perhaps a comprehensive multivitamin, thinking we are covering all our bases. We try to do the right thing for our bodies, for our independence, for the people we love. But the truth is, the world of supplements is a confusing, often misleading landscape. And for those of us in our golden years, navigating it incorrectly isn't just a waste of money, it can be a direct threat to our health. The idea that more is better is one of the most dangerous myths in modern wellness, especially when it comes to an aging body that processes nutrients differently than it did at 30 or 40. The wrong form of a vitamin, or too much of the right one, can set off a chain reaction of problems that we might mistake for simply getting older. But what if that fatigue, that brain fog, or that feeling of weakness wasn't an inevitable part of aging, but a correctable mistake? What if you could clear out the harmful clutter from your medicine cabinet and replace it with the precise, powerful support your body is truly crying out for? That is exactly what we are going to do today. We will separate the science from the marketing hype. We will uncover the supplements that can become silent saboteurs of your health, and more importantly, we will illuminate the essential few that are non-negotiable for maintaining your strength, your clarity, and your independence for years to come. I am Dr. Lucas Mason, and in my more than 30 years of caring for patients navigating the complexities of aging, I have seen firsthand how the right nutritional strategy can transform a life, while the wrong one can quietly steal its vibrancy. I've seen the confusion and frustration, and my goal is to bring you the clarity you deserve. Before continuing, if you haven't subscribed yet, click the bell icon so you don't miss out on any health tips designed especially for you. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. If not, give it a thumbs down to help us improve. Let us begin with the most common offender, one that might be sitting on your counter right now: the generic mega multivitamin. It seems like the perfect solution, doesn't it? One pill with a little bit of everything. It's marketed as a nutritional insurance policy. But I want you to think of it differently. Think of your body as a highly sophisticated, beautiful garden. This garden has very specific needs. It might be low in magnesium, but have plenty of calcium. It might need more water-soluble B vitamins, but have no need for extra iron. Now imagine taking a generic fertilizer that contains high doses of every mineral imaginable and just dumping it all over your garden every single day. Some plants might get what they need, but others will be poisoned by an excess of minerals they can't use. The soil becomes imbalanced, toxic, and the overall health of the garden declines. This is what a mega multivitamin does to an aging body. It is a shotgun approach in a situation that demands a sniper's precision. As we age, our organs, particularly our kidneys and liver, which filter toxins, become less efficient. When you flood your system with synthetic nutrients it doesn't need, you are forcing these vital organs to work overtime to excrete the excess. This isn't just inefficient, it's stressful to your system. Many of these formulations contain forms of nutrients that are poorly absorbed or are in ratios that disrupt the delicate balance of other minerals. For example, an excess of zinc can interfere with copper absorption, which is vital for cardiovascular health. An overload of manganese can become neurotoxic over time. I had a patient, Robert, a wonderful man of 72, who came to me feeling perpetually sluggish. He said, "Doctor, I'm doing everything right. I eat well, I walk every day, and I take the best multivitamin money can buy." He showed me the bottle. It was a Senior's Megaplex 50, with staggering percentages of the daily value for dozens of ingredients. After running some tests, we found his body was overloaded with certain minerals while still being deficient in a key nutrient he actually needed. We stopped the multivitamin and put him on a targeted regimen. 3 months later, he walked into my office with a completely different energy. He said he felt lighter, clearer. He wasn't being weighed down by the very insurance policy he thought was protecting him. The promise of a single pill that solves everything is a marketing dream, but it is a physiological nightmare. It prevents you from identifying what your body truly needs and overloads it with what it doesn't. We must move away from this one-size-fits-none approach and embrace a more intelligent, personalized strategy. Now let's talk about a vitamin that was once hailed as a miracle antioxidant, a true hero of heart health: vitamin E. For decades, people have taken it with the best of intentions, believing it protects their cells from damage. And in the forms found in food, like in almonds, spinach, and avocados, it is indeed a valuable nutrient. The problem, however, lies in the high-dose synthetic supplements that became incredibly popular. Specifically, supplements containing more than 400 international units, IU, of alpha-tocopherol, the synthetic form. Here's the critical and paradoxical truth. In these unnaturally high doses, vitamin E can betray its role as an antioxidant. It can flip its function and become a pro-oxidant, actually increasing oxidative stress on your body's cells rather than reducing it. Imagine a security guard who is so overzealous that he starts causing more trouble than the threats he's supposed to be preventing. That's high-dose vitamin E in your body. This isn't just a theoretical concern. Major clinical studies, including one from the prestigious Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, reviewed data from thousands of participants and found a troubling link between high-dose vitamin E supplementation and an increased risk of heart failure and even all-cause mortality. The very thing people were taking to protect their heart was in fact making it more vulnerable. I remember a patient, a gentleman named George, who had a family history of heart disease. He was terrified of following in his father's footsteps. So he started taking 800 IU of vitamin E every day, thinking he was building an impenetrable fortress around his heart. When he came to see me for a checkup, his blood pressure was elevated and he was experiencing mild shortness of breath. He attributed it to age. When we reviewed his supplements and I explained the research, he was shocked and honestly a little angry that he had been so misled by the health fads of the past. We stopped the vitamin E immediately. Over time, combined with other lifestyle changes, his symptoms improved. George's story is a powerful lesson. Our bodies are designed to work with the symphony of nutrients found in whole foods, where vitamin E exists in a complex of different tocopherols and tocotrienols that balance each other. When we isolate one synthetic component and flood our system with it in massive doses, we disrupt that natural harmony. For vitamin E, the verdict is clear. Get it from your food, not from a high-dose pill. The risk, particularly to your heart, is simply not worth it. Next on our list is another case of a good nutrient in food becoming a potential danger in a synthetic supplement form. I am talking about beta-carotene. When you eat a carrot, a sweet potato, or a bell pepper, you are consuming beta-carotene in its natural food-based form. Your body then converts what it needs into vitamin A crucial nutrient for vision, immune function, and skin health. This process is safe, regulated, and beneficial. The wellness industry, seeing this, decided to isolate and synthesize beta-carotene into a high-dose pill, marketing it as a potent antioxidant to prevent major diseases. But as with vitamin E, the story took a dark turn. A major clinical trial, the CARROT study, was designed to test the effects of high-dose synthetic beta-carotene and retinol on smokers and asbestos workers, people at high risk for lung cancer. The researchers expected to see a dramatic reduction in cancer rates. The results were so shocking, they had to stop the study early. The group taking the synthetic beta-carotene supplements had a significantly higher incidence of lung cancer and a higher mortality rate. The supplement was not protecting them. It appeared to be promoting the very disease it was meant to prevent. The theory is that in the delicate environment of the lungs, especially when exposed to carcinogens like smoke, these massive unnatural doses of beta-carotene can paradoxically increase oxidative stress, leading to cellular damage. It's just like sending a powerful but untrained soldier into a complex conflict. Their actions, though well-intentioned, end up causing chaos and harm. This risk isn't just for current smokers. It also applies to former smokers and potentially anyone with inflamed lung tissue. The distinction between the beta-carotene in your salad and the beta-carotene in a pill is everything. The one from your food is part of a complex of carotenoids, flavonoids, and fibers that work together synergistically. The one in the pill is an isolated, high-potency chemical that behaves very differently in your body. I always tell my patients, eat the rainbow, don't swallow it. Trust the wisdom of nature. Get your carotenoids from vibrant fruits and vegetables. There is no pill in the world that can replicate the intricate, protective matrix of a whole food. If you are taking a supplement that contains high-dose synthetic beta-carotene, especially if you have ever been a smoker, it's time to reconsider. The potential risk far outweighs any theoretical benefit. Let us now turn to a mineral that is absolutely essential for life, but can become profoundly dangerous when it accumulates in the aging body. Iron. Iron is the core component of hemoglobin in our red blood cells, responsible for carrying oxygen to every tissue and organ. Without enough of it, we become anemic, weak, and fatigued. This is why it's so critical for young menstruating women who lose iron every month. However, after menopause for women and as men age, the body's need for iron dramatically decreases. Our bodies are very good at holding on to iron, but not very good at getting rid of it. There is no active excretion mechanism. So if you continue to take in more iron than you need, it begins to build up in your organs. Your liver, your pancreas, your heart, and most troublingly, your brain. This is where the danger lies. Excess iron is a powerful pro-oxidant. I want you to picture a piece of metal left out in the rain. What happens? It rusts. This rusting process is oxidation. A similar process called oxidative stress happens inside your body when you have too much free iron. It essentially creates rust in your cells, generating enormous amounts of free radicals that damage DNA, proteins, and cellular membranes. This internal rust contributes to liver disease, heart problems, and is increasingly being linked to neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. It can manifest as joint pain, chronic fatigue, and cognitive decline, symptoms that are all too often dismissed as just part of aging. I once had a patient in his late 60s who was taking his wife's multivitamin. He didn't think twice about it. He came to me, complaining of a deep, unshakable exhaustion and a fogginess in his thinking. His blood work revealed sky-high levels of ferritin, the protein that stores iron. His body was overloaded. We immediately stopped the iron-containing multivitamin and took steps to reduce his iron stores. The change over the next year was remarkable. His energy returned, and he told me the fog in his brain had finally lifted. It was a stark reminder that a nutrient that gives life at one stage can become a toxin at another. Unless you have been specifically diagnosed with iron deficiency anemia by your doctor, you should be actively avoiding supplements that contain iron. This includes most standard multivitamins that aren't specifically formulated for seniors. Always check the label. Protecting yourself from iron overload is one of the most important steps you can take to safeguard your long-term organ and brain health. Now, having cleared out the potential dangers from our conceptual medicine cabinet, it's time for the empowering part. This isn't about taking things away. It's about making space for what truly matters. It's about shifting from a strategy of random accumulation to one of intelligent, targeted support. We are now going to build the 4 essential pillars of supplementation for a vibrant life after 60. These are the nutrients where the science is strong, the need is clear, and the impact can be life-changing. Our first pillar is the guardian of your mind and nerves, vitamin B12. This vitamin is absolutely critical for the formation of red blood cells, the health of your nervous system, and the synthesis of your DNA. A deficiency in B12 can lead to devastating and sometimes irreversible neurological damage, as well as anemia, fatigue, weakness, and memory loss. Here is the crucial point for every senior to understand. As we age, our ability to absorb B12 from our food plummets. This isn't a maybe, it's a physiological certainty for a large percentage of the population. The reason is stomach acid. To absorb B12 from food sources like meat, eggs, and dairy, you need to have strong stomach acid to cleave the vitamin from the protein it's bound to. After the age of 50, our production of stomach acid naturally declines. Furthermore, common medications like acid blockers and metformin for diabetes drastically inhibit B12 absorption. This creates a perfect storm for deficiency, even in those who eat a healthy diet. I have seen it countless times in my practice. A patient comes in with classic symptoms of cognitive decline. They're forgetting names, misplacing things, feeling a step slower mentally. Their family is worried, and they are worried. Before jumping to more frightening conclusions, the first thing I check is their B12 level. It is astonishing how often a severe deficiency is the root cause. I remember a patient, a lovely woman named Margaret. Her daughter brought her to me, deeply concerned about her mother's memory. Margaret had been a sharp, witty woman her whole life, but now she was struggling. Her B12 levels were shockingly low. We started her on a high-quality B12 supplement, and this is the key detail. We used the Methylcobalamin form. This is an active, coenzyme form of B12 that the body can use directly. It doesn't rely on the complex conversion processes that other forms like the common cyanocobalamin require. For seniors, methylcobalamin is, in my opinion, the superior choice. A few months later, Margaret's daughter called me, her voice full of emotion. She said, "Dr. Mason, it's like I have my mom back. She's cracking jokes, she's remembering stories, she's herself again." This is the power of restoring a foundational nutrient. It's not just about correcting a number on a lab report, it's about giving someone their life back. For this reason, I consider a high-quality methylcobalamin B12 supplement to be one of the most essential investments in your long-term brain health. The next pillar is our Sentinel of the bones, mood and immune system, vitamin D3. We often call it the sunshine vitamin because our bodies are designed to produce it when our skin is exposed to sunlight. But as we age, two things happen. First, our skin becomes much less efficient at this conversion process. An older person needs significantly more sun exposure than a younger person to produce the same amount of vitamin D. Second, for a variety of reasons, many seniors spend less time outdoors. This combination makes widespread deficiency almost inevitable without supplementation. For decades, we've known vitamin D is crucial for calcium absorption and bone health. Without it, our bones become brittle and weak, leading to osteoporosis and a dramatically increased risk of fractures from falls, which can be a life-altering event for an older adult. But the story of vitamin D goes far beyond bones. We now know that there are vitamin D receptors in virtually every cell in the body, indicating its importance in a vast array of physiological functions. It is a potent modulator of the immune system, helping your body fight off infections like the flu and other viruses. It plays a key role in regulating mood and low levels are strongly linked to seasonal affective disorder and depression. It's involved in muscle function, which is critical for maintaining strength and preventing falls. Think of vitamin D3 as the master light switch for hundreds of genes in your body. When levels are adequate, all these systems function smoothly. When levels are low, things start to flicker and fail. A few years ago, a patient named David came to see me. He was in his late 70s and had suffered 2 bad falls in one winter. He was feeling low in spirit and was constantly catching colds. He felt like his body was failing him. We tested his vitamin D, and it was in the critically low range. We started him on a significant dose of vitamin D3, the most bioavailable form, along with its important cofactor, vitamin K2, which helps direct calcium into the bones and out of the arteries. The transformation was gradual but profound. The next winter, he had no falls. He told me his mood felt brighter, more resilient, even on gray days. He felt a sense of stability and strength that he thought he had lost forever. He wasn't just building stronger bones, he was building a more resilient body and mind. Given the difficulty of getting enough from sun and food alone, a daily vitamin D3 supplement is not a luxury, it is an absolute necessity for healthy aging. I strongly advise all my senior patients to have their levels tested and to supplement accordingly to maintain an optimal range. Our third pillar is the personal power plant for your heart, Coenzyme Q10. If you could peer inside almost any cell in your body, you would find tiny engines called mitochondria. These are responsible for generating the energy, known as ATP, that fuels everything you do, from blinking your eyes to the beating of your heart. Coenzyme Q10 is the essential spark plug for these engines. Without CoQ10, your cellular energy production grinds to a halt. The organ with the highest concentration of mitochondria and the greatest demand for energy is, by far, your heart. It beats over 100,000 times a day, every day of your life, without ever taking a vacation. It requires a colossal amount of energy to do this, and therefore, it requires a constant, rich supply of CoQ10. Here's the critical reality. Our body's natural production of CoQ10 peaks in our 20s and begins a steep decline thereafter. By the time we are in our 60s and 70s, our levels can be less than half of what they were in our youth. At the same time, many of the most commonly prescribed drugs for seniors, particularly statins for cholesterol, are notorious for depleting the body's CoQ10 levels even further. This creates a devastating energy crisis right in the heart muscle. The heart muscle weakens, it becomes less efficient, and it can contribute to feelings of fatigue and a higher risk of heart-related issues. Supplementing with CoQ10 is like refueling your heart's personal power plant. It provides the raw material it needs to beat strongly and efficiently. But just like with B12, the form matters immensely. The standard form of CoQ10 is ubiquinol, which the body must convert into the active form, ubiquinol. As we age, this conversion process becomes very inefficient. Taking a supplement in the ubiquinol form directly gives your body the active, ready-to-use version. It is significantly more bioavailable for older adults. I often explain it to my patients like this. Ubiquinone is like crude oil, and ubiquinol is like refined gasoline. When you're young, your body has an efficient refinery. When you're older, that refinery is working at half capacity. It makes far more sense to just put the gasoline directly in the tank. I have seen patients on statins who were suffering from debilitating muscle pain and fatigue find incredible relief after starting a ubiquinol supplement. I've seen patients with heart weakness experience improved function and energy. Restoring cellular energy with CoQ10 is one of the most powerful strategies we have for supporting cardiovascular health as we age. Our final pillar, the fourth essential element, is the ultimate firefighter for your body. Omega-3 fatty acids, one of the fundamental drivers of the aging process, and most chronic diseases is chronic low-grade inflammation. Think of it as a small, silent fire smoldering in your body day after day. It damages blood vessels, contributes to joint pain and arthritis, impairs brain function, and stresses the heart. While some inflammation is a normal part of the healing process, this persistent, systemic inflammation is incredibly destructive over time. Omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA found in fatty fish and high-quality fish oil supplements, are nature's most powerful anti-inflammatories. They are the firefighters that come in and put out these smoldering fires. EPA, or eicosapentaenoic acid, is particularly potent for reducing systemic inflammation, supporting cardiovascular health by making blood platelets less sticky, and helping to maintain healthy triglyceride levels. DHA, or docosahexaenoic acid, is the superstar for your brain. Your brain is composed of nearly 60 fat, and a huge portion of that is DHA. It is a critical structural component of your brain cells and neurons. It keeps cell membranes fluid and flexible, allowing for smooth communication between brain cells. Adequate DHA levels are essential for maintaining cognitive function, memory, and mood as we age. Most modern diets are incredibly high in inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids, found in processed foods and vegetable oils, and dangerously low in anti-inflammatory omega-3s. This imbalance is like constantly throwing fuel on that smoldering fire. A high-quality omega-3 supplement helps to restore that critical balance. I had a patient with severe, debilitating arthritis in her hands. She loved to garden, but the pain had become so intense that she could no longer hold her tools. She was feeling depressed and had lost a piece of her identity. We started her on a therapeutic dose of a high-quality fish oil rich in EPA. It wasn't a quick fix, but over several months the change was undeniable. The inflammation in her joints subsided, the pain lessened. One day she came into my office with a small bouquet of roses. With tears in her eyes, she told me she had been able to work in her garden again for the first time in over a year. That is the power of quenching the fire of inflammation. It doesn't just improve a lab marker. It gives people back the passions that make life worth living. For your joints, your heart, and your brain, a high-quality omega-3 supplement is an indispensable tool. So where do we go from here? We've cleared out the clutter. We've identified the 4 vitamins and supplements that can silently do more harm than good for a senior. The shotgun approach of the mega multivitamin, the pro-oxidant risk of high-dose vitamin E, the potential cancer link with synthetic beta-carotene, and the toxic overload of unnecessary iron. And in their place, we have erected 4 powerful pillars of health. The guardian of your mind, vitamin B12 in its methylcobalamin form. The sentinel of your bones and mood, vitamin D3. The power plant for your heart, Coenzyme Q10 as Ubiquinol. And the firefighter for your body, the anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. The journey to lasting health is not about adding more and more things. It's about wise subtraction and intelligent addition. It's about precision. My advice to you today is not to rush out and buy everything we've discussed. Instead, I want you to take a moment for reflection. Go to your medicine cabinet. Look at the labels of what you are taking. Are there any of the potential saboteurs in your daily regimen? If so, it's time to have a serious conversation with your doctor about whether they are truly necessary. Then consider the 4 pillars. Talk to your healthcare provider about getting your levels tested for vitamin D and B12. Discuss whether CoQ10 and omega-3s would be a wise addition to your strategy, especially if you have risk factors for heart disease or are dealing with inflammation. Your health in your later years is your most precious asset. It is the foundation of your independence, your clarity, and your ability to enjoy the beautiful life you have built. Protecting it doesn't require a mountain of pills. It requires wisdom, precision, and the courage to let go of what isn't serving you to make room for what will. What is the one small change you can make today after hearing this to better support your health? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your journey and your insights can inspire someone else. Here's to not just adding years to your life, but adding vibrant, brilliant life to your years. Take care.